good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of GLP with an ostomy. Oh, I like the ring of that. GLP with an ostomy. I'm going to come up with a song. GLP with an ostomy. I'll come up with something. How y'all doing today? Okay. I did say that I wasn't going to be back on, and I'm always saying something and then doing something totally different. But I did say I was going to be back on once I had the medicine. Well, first of all, I'm happy to report that the situation was cleared up. In fact, I called the doctor's office on yesterday, didn't open up until 12 noon because they're open late on Fridays. They're open until like 7 p.m. or something like that. So anyway, I called once they opened at 12. Actually, I gave it a few minutes. I called about 12:30, and she's like, "Oh," she's like, "I talked to the she was like, "I just talked to the pharmacist not too long ago. He called me," and she was just as nice and everything, and so, which shocked me because of the way she's been acting over this. But anyway, so she was like, "I talked to the pharmacist." She's like, and I verbally switched it over, so it's done. I was like, okay, thank you very much. I was like, I was told by the pharmacy tech on yesterday. It wasn't the pharmacist that I spoke with, and they told me about the mistake, and they asked me to call you. That's the reason why I was calling. She was like, well, it's taken care of. I was like, thank you very much. Goodbye. I hurried up and got off the phone with her while she was in a good mood, okay? Probably because it was Friday. Anyway, so I had to go to my pharmacy on yesterday, which is Myers, it's a all stop. And yeah, I got on gloves because I'm getting ready to pick greens and stuff. I'll tell y'all about that in a minute. Green beans rather. But anyway, so so she I had to go to Myers yesterday. I had to pick up a few food items, and then also what else? I had to pick up something else. I forgot. But anyway, I went to Myers. So as soon as I got there, I was like, I may as well stop at the pharmacy and see what's happening there and see if they did, if the prescription did get sent in and all that, or if she verbally agreed and if they got it in the computer system. So I went up, asked, and sure enough, it was there. They said quick pen. I was like, yep, that's what I need to know. So I should know something by Monday or Tuesday, so I'll let y'all know. But I know that I was told that I was approved for the regular Zepbound. I'm just hoping that they don't, because I saw where someone had posted that because they qualified for the other, that they didn't qualify for the Medicare program. But I think they were already getting it on the for whatever other reason, that allowed their insurance to cover it. Now mine didn't cover it at first, but then all of a sudden, they said I was approved. So whatever my doctor, I know what he wrote on the thing, so maybe they're covering it. I just hope that they don't backtrack and say because I'm covered, suddenly I can't get covered under this. I'm praying, okay, because someone did post something about that, because they're going to try every avenue possible to keep from doing the bridge program, but I think it was caught in time. That's what I'm hoping, because the pharmacist did tell me that, well, not the pharmacist, but the pharmacist tech did tell me that the regular Medicare and the bridge program are two different entities. So my prescription will now be submitted to the bridge program. So I'm thinking it's going to go through. I'm just trusting God, so I'm leaving it at that. Okay, so that's over with. You got your update. All I can do is wait and see. So we'll find out what's happening. Secondly, I wanted to say, everyone keeps talking about this book called Weightless or something like that. And they said it's a book about GLP and how everything works and all this stuff. And they said it's a must read. So I saw it. And so I said, I'm going to get it. It's at Barnes and Nobles. So I'm going to pick that up this week. But in the meantime, because y'all know I'm prepping and everything. So I got up early this morning. I got up at 6 o'clock to go to the farmer's market. Now with this cyclosporiasis, I think that's the name of it. I think I finally got the name right for it. they had featured our farmers market, our local one, on the news because they're open 2 days a week, well, 3 days a week. And so most other farmers markets are only open on Saturday. And so they were saying they're seeing an uptick in customers because of the cyclosporiasis. So the news did this big report, for Detroit, and they were like, so if you want to get safe, fresh fruits and vegetables and whatnot, maybe you should go to your farmer's market. I was like, that's it. Oh my goodness, because I always go to the farmer's market. I use that to supplement my garden and everything, like stuff that I don't get or stuff that's not growing good, or if I want to add more or whatever. It's actually free for me because I have a SNAP, I get the EBT, and they have what they call the double up program. And currently, and for the past 7 months here, they've been doing the double up. So that means if I go in there and I tell them I want to use $20 from my EBT, I get $60. Okay, so it's the double up. So the farmers markets work differently, but our local one, when they do the double up, they just give you these tokens, and the token has the dollar amount it goes from $1 all the way up to, I think, $10 per token. And so I was just going with my leftover at the end of the month. I was just going at the end of summer up until they closed for the winter, which was in December. I would just go and just get $20 worth, and then that would give me $60 worth. So I built them up. I've got like over $500 in tokens. And so when I go to the farmer's market, I don't have to pay anything. I have the tokens already. So I'm just using them, and I said I would build them up again this year if they're still doing, I know they're still doing the double up. They can stop it at any time. Okay, so then the farmer's market that's in Royal Oak, which is closer to Detroit, I go to that one too, and it's 2 items I like to get there. They have shepherd's peppers, which I never grown, and they have cipollini onions. Cipollini is think of the gold of onion, or what they call it, the holy grail of onion. It's a sweet onion. I think it's Italian or something, but it's a very good onion. I tried it for the first time last year. And if you pull up cipollini, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's the best onion you ever want to get. Well, I want to zero in on some of those this year because I'm going to plant the butts out in the fall like I normally, because you plant here in Michigan, you can plant your onions like you do garlic. You plant it out in October. You root it in the ground in October, and it will come back in the spring like a perennial. And so I want to do that and grow my own cipollinis for next year. I usually do that with the garlic. I always plant it out October 15th. They come up. I just harvested my garlic a week ago, as a matter of fact. Okay, so I went to the farmer's market, and so at the one in my local area, sure enough, because I said all that to say, sure enough, when I went to the farmer's market, I said they're going to go up in price. It's going to be more crowded. It was so many people there. The early birds get the worm. And so all these folks was there, and I was there at 7 o'clock sharp when they opened. And so it was this one lady there. She had green beans. Now, I did grow green beans this year, but I'm not going to get a harvest enough to really stock up. And so this lady, her green beans, now the little square tub, and I don't know if you've been to a farmer's market and seen those. Usually last year, your little square tubs was anywhere between $4 and $5. Her little square tubs this year were $8, and this was of green beans. And she had a lot in there. She had them piled up, but it was still $8 instead of $4. Then she had like a little mini basket full, and she wanted $6 for the mini basket. No, she wanted $8. Wait a minute. Okay, it used to be $4 for the little basket. It used to be $6 for the mini basket. And then they had like a larger basket that used to be like either $8 or $10. Now the little basket is $8. The mini basket was $12. And then she had the bushels and this was a huge amount. She wanted $20 for the bushel. And I was like, the better deal is $20, although I don't need that many green beans. Then I was like, well, my sister likes them, and she has a son who absolutely loves green beans. In fact, I bought a bushel last year and gave half to my sister because of her son. He just loves green beans. She's like, he'll eat a whole pot by himself. So anyway, he doesn't live with her, but if she cooks green beans, he'll come to her house and get some or whatever. That's how much he loves them. So I was like, well, let me go on and take out 20 of these chips and I'll get the bushel. Here it is, y'all. In fact, and I have my crochet bag. I crochet my own market bags and whatnot, and they stretch. And so the guy put the bushel, the lady's son put the bushel in my bag. And what I love about my crochet bags, see it? It stretches out and it springs right back into shape. This is the size that I made it. It springs right back into shape once I take whatever item that stretched it out of it. So you see this with your own eyes, see it? So it's ready for the next thing. And I use that for the farmer's market. I have a million farmer's market bags. But anyway, this is the bushel of beans. So I'm splitting these with my sister. I'm getting ready to, I was going to pick them, but my sister's sending her daughter over to get her half of them. So she said, just put them in a plastic bag. So here we go. She was like, I'll just pick them myself. So I'm going to load her up real quick and wait. Did y'all hear that? Now this is fresh. Hear that snap? Oh, oops. I didn't pick the end off of it. Okay. But when you hear that snap, you know. And you know they came from the garden because look. Or not from the garden, but from however they grow them on the farm. It's a farm place. Okay, so Sherry, my sister said, I'm a cook some tonight. And I told her, well, if I got my smoked meat on right now, because I'm going to go on and cook some, and then the rest of them will be frozen. Yep. Okay, so, and then I'll still split them with her, but this is hers for tonight. I'll get some more in there. I'm going to just fill her bag up, and then I'll start doing mine. And I'm dropping green beans everywhere, you guys, so let me stop. Okay, so now, then the next stop, I went on and went to Royal. This was from my local one. Then I went on and went to Royal Oak. And so Royal Oak had nothing. The Cipollini man, he said it'll still be a few weeks yet before he gets the Cipollini onions. And those things sell. Those people love those Cipollinis. And so I'll make sure I go. I told him I'll be there around August. I'll go around the 1st of August. Because I'm just going, I've got one more time to go. I had bought some buckwheat honey, but I know with this shot, you know, that we're going to be doing and everything, I don't want to get into, I'm cutting sweets all together. So honey will be for, you know, later on, you know, because honey never goes bad. So that's in my preps, because I'm a prepper and, you know, and I do the homesteading and stuff like that. So I may get another buckwheat honey while I'm there. And then, you know, I have my regular honey too. I was just stocking up with the buckwheat. But the honey man wasn't there today. I call him the bee man. He wasn't there today. But anyway, the shepherd's pepper lady was there, but she said it's still going to be a few weeks for that. And the Cipollini man said that it's going to be a few weeks for that. So I told them I'll hit them up early August. So I'll go back one more time and fight these crowds. One more time just to get what I want to get. But in the meantime, there was the Michigan Cherry Company was there, and they're from up north, Traverse City, where, you know, where the Michigan cherries grow. And he had cherries there and everything. Didn't buy that, but he brought in something extra. Look what I got for $10, y'all. 2 quarts of blueberries. So I'm getting ready to freeze these. And these blueberries will be used for either a smoothie or something. I know I can, now I'm letting y'all know now, I don't eat yogurt, period. 2 things that I know I will not be eating on this journey One is yogurt and the other is cottage cheese. And everybody want to talk about that all the time. And they talk about how they have their cottage. No, not me. Can't stand it. And I tried it. My mother loved yogurt. You know, she would use yogurt for, uh, uh, for infections and stuff like that. Y'all know. And then she would eat cottage. My mother loved cottage cheese. Cottage cheese, not college. But she loved cottage cheese. She would take it, she put it in a bowl and load it with pepper and eat it. I was like, I don't know how you can eat that. And one time she was like, it's delicious. And so I was like, well, let me taste it. Maybe my taste buds have changed. I gagged, okay? I was like, nope, can't do it, can't do it. And I'm still not doing it. So with that said, I'll probably flavor protein shakes or something with the blueberries. I don't know. I'll come up with something. But these are going to be frozen and put into the freezer. They will be used, even if it's just for a snack, because I'm quite sure I'll still probably want something sweet. And so these are perfectly ripe, picked from the vine, because I see a green one in here. They accidentally put in there. So, and for me, like I said, free. That $10, and I had, on that card, I had over, because now at that farmer's market, they do the tokens too, but then their double up portion goes onto a card. It's like a credit card. And so you can only buy produce with their double up part. At the other one, you can buy whatever, with the tokens, because you don't have a card, you just use your tokens. And then at the Rural Oak one, you use your card for your produce. You can only buy produce with it. But the other one, with your tokens, you can buy anything like honey, whatever they have, plants, anything that they're selling, you can use your tokens for that. Okay. Then the one thing I was looking for too was okra. I tried to start okra this year. I used to be able to grow okra very successfully. Now, all of a sudden, for the past 2 years, I have not been able to grow okra. And this year, I couldn't even get the seedlings to start. They would start and then they would die off. Then I bought some seedlings from Pelly's, my favorite garden place. When it was time to buy transplants, I was like, oh, these will do good. They're already started. They died on me. Couldn't get no okra started. So I was like, well, maybe I can find some fresh okra somewhere. No one's growing it. So I would have to go all the way to Detroit, to Eastern Market, which is the big place, big farmer's market, if I want to find some okra. And I'm not doing that because I would have to take my scooter. I couldn't even walk that place with the walker. It's such a big place. I would definitely have to have my scooter. So I'm not doing that. So I went to the store. We have like a specialty market. They're a little more expensive. And this is actually about to become my new grocery store when I start my weight loss journey, because they had so many neat items that weren't that expensive. And since I'm going to be eating so much less and it's just me, I can afford this place. And so it's called Hollywood Market. So sure enough, wait a minute, they had okra. They had these packages of fresh okra. First of all, I saw mold around the okra. You know how it gets that fuzzy mold? And they wanted $5 for the pack. And there was only 7 okras in them. And they were real long. So that let me know those okras are woody. So for them to be a specialty store, they not hitting on nothing with that okra. But they had the frozen okra that's already cut up. I was like, well, if you can't get the fresh, then get the frozen. So, and it was on sale for $2. So I got 3 of them, 3 packages of them. That'll last me for the winter. Okay, then the other thing I got, and these were on sale, and you see the thumbnail picture because I took a picture of the sale price, and it was for the thumbnail for this video because I was like, ooh, I gotta go on today. But look what I found. 2 for $4, you guys. Now, I've never used Barilla brand. I always use Muller's, but this is the protein enriched, and these were 2 for $4. And I love angel hair spaghetti. That's the only spaghetti I use. And so this is a wheat based. I know it's gluten free. It's durum wheat and legume pasta. That's what it's listed as. So let me tell you, it says good source of protein and fiber in 4 to 6 minutes. So I was reading the specs on it, not before I got it. I read it after I got home. Okay, I don't have my light here, but I know it has per serving. It has for 2 servings, it has 190 calories for 2 servings, or 2 ounces it says, and for 3 ounces, not 3 ounces, for 4 ounces is 340 calories. It has 0 fat. It has a lot of fiber. It has this. See, I can't see this because I don't have my light. Oh man, because I was using the light off the phone, but I can't see it even with my glasses on because it's so small. It has the dietary fiber, I think soluble and insoluble fiber, and it's another type. Total fiber, and I can't see the number there, but it's I think it's 10, or I can't remember. Then the protein grams I think is 11 or something, and then it has 0 fat, 0 cholesterol, 0 sodium. Okay, the sun coming out so I can see that. It has 2 milligrams of iron, 16 milligrams of calcium, now 261 milligrams of potassium. Now I don't have kidney disease, so I would think that that's okay. The thiamine 1.5 milligram, the 0.5 milligram, the riboflavin 0.2 milligrams, niacin 5 milligram, I think it says, vitamin B5. It lists everything. Then it has the, let's see, magnesium. It has 40 milligrams of magnesium, for biotin 5 milligram, selenium, I think I can't see, but it's 21 milligrams of that, or 31. It's either selenium or I can't remember. Okay, and then what else is in there? I said the magnesium, and this last one I can't read. But anyway, whatever it is, it's 71 milligrams. Okay, and then the ingredients is the Simoleon wheat, durum wheat, or wheat flour, lentil flour, pea protein, I think it says, chickpea flour, vitamins, minerals, vitamin B3, niacin, iron, ferrous sulfate, vitamin B1, thiam, B2, folic acid, and that's it. So it's mainly wheat or whatever. And so anyway, this is it. So I just wanted to read that to you. So I got the 2. Should have got more, but they didn't have that many. So I said 2 is enough. So anytime I make any type of pasta dish, so this has protein. If I decide to add, and I'm gonna look up some recipes and stuff, because I'm gonna be making new things. I could always add, my vegetables to it, like tomato or whatever. I can make a pasta salad. That's easy. I can make like a tuna salad or chicken salad and add a little pasta to it. I'll come up with ways to use this pasta, okay? Or even if I want to make a little spaghetti, I could use the turkey, the turkey ground sausage for it instead of ground beef, and make it, with the turkey, and then come up with my own spaghetti dish or whatever. So that's it. So anyway, I feel like I've rambled again, but just letting you know, I'm getting prepared. This is what I'm starting to put into my home. So all the other stuff, comes out, and the healthy stuff comes in. And so I'm just glad to have gotten started today. Like I said, I'm gonna get that book. I found some neat journals online through Amazon. And so I'm just about ready. So next week I should be ready to roll with everything, getting everything ordered, and, getting my groceries and things like that. And then the following week, which will be, I think, the 1st, then I will be ready to roll. I should have the medication by then, and I plan to start the first Wednesday in August because I decided my injection day will be Wednesday midweek week. Okay, so we've been on here 25 minutes, so I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna get going with these green beans, and I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all, and I'll keep you updated. Okay, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.